We need a clicker.
Yeah.
No. Oh, yeah.
We'll just sing out
Can we
action.
do that? Take one. Okay.
Action.
Well, welcome everyone. This is probably something a bit different to what we normally do as far as shop walk-arounds and talking about particular cars. A lot of people, I suppose, sometimes might wonder who these guys are, where they came from, and you know, what our history in the industry and in the hot rodding sport in general is all about in our background. So Talaire and Mason and Deb and I sort of came up with the idea of sitting down and having like an open forum discussion on camera about where we started, I suppose why we started the business, and how it kind of runs in our blood, so to speak, and it's a generational thing. So so today's not about, and over these, you know, whether it be a few episodes, we'll just see how this all unfolds, but it's not about being a hard-hitting interview or, you know, anyone trying to promote themselves as being some legend or a hot rodding or anything like that. It's just about us, you know, getting to know you guys, our customers, our peers in hot rodding, you getting to know us, and also, you know, probably one of the other angles I wanted to focus on in these sessions is to, I think too often in society we don't pay homage to or remember where we came from and why we do what we do. You know, and there's several other, you know, and we're not the first people to do this. There's other guys that have done this, and I'm glad they did do it with, you know, some of the older hot rodders who've since passed on, to sit down and do an interview with those guys, you know, like Maxie Carpenter, before he passed on, you know, is a wealth of information for people to know and understand where it all started and where things came from. So, you know, on that basis, from our perspective, I mean, a lot of people may or may not know, but I'm a second generation hot rodder, and I'll introduce you to my mum and dad shortly. And there's obviously some fairly strong reasons why I became a hot rodder and why we've ultimately started the business. So, you know, and then throughout our lives, Deb and I, and you know, raising a family, we've obviously you know, created the next generation of hot rodding monsters as well. So hopefully in these sessions you get to learn a bit about, you know, the first generation, my mum and dad, and you know, where their history came from. Then that'll help you give a little bit of insight as to why we're like we are and what we do, why we do what we do. And then, you know, Mason and Teal get a bit involved with doing some questions as well, and get their insights on why, you know, they've also carried on and want to be part of this business. So, without sort of waffling on too much further, I just wanted to give an intro on that basis, telling people why we're doing this. So, so on that basis, introduce my mum and dad, Jillanne and Rodney Cahill, or Rod and Jill, mum, grandma, or great-grandma now. Yes. Well, Deb and I have just had our first granddaughter, so yeah, in the last month. So that's all happening as well. So welcome. Thank you for being involved with this stuff, and and I know, you know, Dad was probably a bit nervous about doing it. You know, he's not as opposed to myself, you know, being quite accustomed to public speaking and all that sort of stuff. You know, Dad's always been a man of few words. Mum not so much, but yeah, I just wanted to sort of bring you guys in and get a little bit of insight. We've got some photos and some other stuff that we're going to flash up through these videos as we go along, but I suppose, you know, in asking some questions of you guys first to sort of lead us into some conversations, I mean, Dad, sort of what was your earliest, I suppose, memory of why you liked a hot rod? You know, was there one drove past, or was it a friend's dad had one, or what sort of caught your interest?
Well, one of the mates' fathers took me to the speedway, and we watched the stock cars
Yeah.
racing.
Yeah.
And then I hung around with the mate later on after school, and his brother-in-law was what you'd call probably a rocker or a bodgy back then.
Yep.
And he used to bring home all these custom lines and that, and he ended up bringing home a 37 coupe with a 39 front on it, red wheels, chrome rims, you know, and a hot flathead.
Oh yeah, and that was his car, and
That was his car.
yeah.
And I loved it, you know, and then the mate started buying old wrecks, and we were driving them around and things like that. And
Yeah.
and then I went from there.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like it was a
That was before I got a licence.
yeah. Yeah. So how old were you then?
Probably 15, 16.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it started early. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm aware, your mum and dad and none of your family had ever been into it either.
No, no.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I mean, and you hear stories like that of people who've, you know, they've all of a sudden spotted a car that went past the front gate or something at home, or they'd walk to and from school past a workshop and they'd see a hot car.
Yeah.
So it's always interesting to...
Yeah, I can't remember
Didn't
seeing
you go
it.
to the coast once and you saw a tea bucket and really
Well,
stirred
that
you
was
up?
just before I got a licence. We went down to the Gold Coast in a VW Beetle, and
Cool.
just the other side of Surfers Paradise Raceway, we rolled it,
Oh,
Not cool.
and we had to walk into Broadbeach, and at the Miami Picture Theatre was these two hot rods.
Yeah.
And I've learnt later that those two hot rods, one of the guys was on his honeymoon. They drove up from Sydney,
yeah,
and that
okay.
hot rod's still around.
Oh,
It
right.
wasn't like
Can't
a
remember.
concussion that influenced you or anything from the rollover?
Yeah, isn't that different times, you know, when you could just roll your car at, you know...
Yeah, we pushed it back and
Yeah,
drove
and
it
then
into
walked to
Broadbeach, but
Broadbeach.
hit it because it was all sort of into.
And how do you roll a bug? Man.
Yeah,
Oh, I
they're,
can show you.
they're easier to roll than a mini.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
the wheels tuck under. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Lucky yours never did that.
No,
Mm,
mine
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, no, well, that's cool. Like, it's always interesting to hear that. Because for me, it was really different. You know, obviously being born into it, I can't even remember the first time I saw a hot rod. It was just part of daily life for me. But
Yeah.
but for someone who's just come into it, you know, at a certain age,
Yeah,
it's
well,
always interesting to hear their first...
Yeah, well, back then
recollection.
there was just not a lot around. So after I got a licence, had the 37, you found out there was a fair few down at Redcliffe,
Yep.
then over the south side of Brisbane,
Mm.
and you got to know who they were later on. And
Because it was a real trek back in the day to get from
oh yeah,
like north side, because you were a Banyo boy, weren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
To get from the north side to the south side wasn't like now
No.
with massive
Take-
motorways.
Across the
Cut
And,
Story
Through
Bridge.
the city.
yeah, Story
My
Bridge.
place at Salisbury.
Yeah, yeah,
you need to cut lunch.
yeah.
But yeah, Redcliffe was a fairly hot spot for hot cars, and then hot rods, and
Cruising the Esplanade, no doubt. Or was there an Esplanade back then?
yeah,
Yeah.
along the water side of Redcliffe and that.
Oh yeah, and then I suppose that leads me to a memory of you telling stories about, you know, racing across the Hornibrook Bridge.
Hornibrook Highway.
Yeah, Hornibrook Highway, yeah, bridge. You know,
90 mile an hour across there, skipping across bumps.
in what car was that in?
Mark II Zephyr,
Mark II Zephyr.
the red hot motor.
Yeah, yeah. Was that yours?
Yeah.
Your Mark II?
Yeah.
And
It was after the 37.
Yeah, a little bit later on. And so, Mum, you're a few years younger than Dad, so
Yes.
do you...
You can tell.
What's your first recollection? I mean, so what age were you when you guys met? And
Okay, I just finished high school, grade 10 in those days, in 1966, and my girlfriend and I, her grandfather had a house at Bribie Island, so we go up there, finish school and went with the family, and we were sitting there at the entrance to the beach, and we saw this 37 coupe pull up. I didn't know what a hot rod was, but there was this old car that pulled up. Didn't know that it was anything but a good-looking guy hopped out of the driver's seat, and both my girlfriend and
so who was
myself.
that? Was that someone else with you?
No, but and my girlfriend and I both said simultaneously, "I want him," but you know, I won. Hello. So that was my first.
Yeah.
You know, and then, as you said, Banyo boy, and I was Salisbury, so you've got the furthest north of Brisbane and the furthest south of Brisbane in those days, and he'd drive across to
Yeah. So was it a bit of, and this probably comes back to our earlier days as well, was a bit of, you know, you saw this bloke, fair enough, he was good looking and that, but was it a bit of the bad boy thing because he was driving a hot car? Or
No, because we didn't know it was a hot car.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
You know, just...
because you're
Just
in
a
that
car.
area where there was still old cars driving around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
You know, and most of them were stock,
Mm.
but there was the hot rods.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
didn't
did that
unders-
look stock? Was it, what colour was it?
Sort of. That was a metallic blue,
Well, these photos will obviously come up in the videos, but it...
all being customised at the back.
Where
Yeah,
did
look
you
at the
get that
dashboard.
one from?
Actually bought it off a guy named Paul Cahill.
Oh, that's
So
right.
that's right,
Yeah,
same
so no.
surname,
Not a
yeah.
relation.
Yeah. Had he already done all the customising?
No, it was all stock when I got it.
Oh, okay.
No motor.
So you did like
Oh,
the
I
French
didn't know that.
lights and
Yeah.
the
Box.
split bumpers and the boxed in
Yep.
number plate.
Yeah.
Was this the one that the rear guards were all moulded in and
Yeah.
everything? Yeah.
And the dash has been all changed to a
I can't increase the size of the photo.
Ford. Ford Custom. There is a close up
Oh, yeah.
of the dash.
Oh yeah, like a custom line dash or something. Like that, so. Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's a photo of you standing out the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that your house?
No.
No.
No, that
Mate's
was across
house.
the road. from
Oh
my
yeah.
mate's place.
Yeah.
John Loxton did the customising on it,
Yeah.
and the other mate Roger helped me paint it.
Oh yeah. That was
Actually, we prepared it all, and then he drove it to his TAFE, and all the guys got in and spray painted it at TAFE.
TAFE College.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, cool. Just as like a TAFE class
Yeah.
project sort
Yeah.
of thing. So
Yeah, the teacher let him do it.
yeah, that's cool. And did it have to get all taken apart, or you just painted it all like closed doors and?
I think I had all the grill and bumpers and everything off it,
Mm.
and taillights just hanging there.
And did you say that had a 39? No, that was the other one. Had a 39 front on it. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did this have in it? The original flatty?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
crash box and all that sort of stuff. So
Yep.
yeah. Twin exhausts or you? No, just single back then.
No, you didn't know anyone that did exhaust back then, or if they did, they'd only put the stock one back on it anyway.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Okay.
It wasn't,
Wasn't a
up until
thing.
yeah, when I had Mark II Zephyr, you could buy Lukey mufflers that were, and exhausts that were 2-inch sports mufflers, and, you know, all that sort of stuff. But
Yeah, I mean, you know, there was this... Did we ever find out whether this was the car that you saw out at Proston? we thought we'd found this original car because there's one was sitting in a paddock out at
Yeah.
Proston, which is in sort of
Yeah.
regional Queensland, and we thought it might have been the same one, but
No, I had
Dunno.
a look at it
So-
and it had none of that work on it.
just had the moulded rear guards. That was it,
No.
didn't it?
Didn't even have moulded
Oh,
They
wheels.
wouldn't
okay.
undo it.
The
Because we went
dash
in and
was standard.
went into the farm and,
everything, so-
had a look.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting to know whatever came with the car. Do you know? If it, yeah.
Well, I know I sold it to a guy in Rod Zink, Robert Sherman. I sold it to Robert Sherman, and he sold it to one of Junkie Myers, Kevin Myers' brother.
Oh, Junkie Kev. Yeah, yeah.
His
Right.
brother.
Yeah,
And
okay.
they were in the Southside Hot Rod Club.
Mm.
Clubs, the Isle Club.
You could
Yeah.
try and chase it up if you knew who you sold it to. Like,
I'm sure someone might know.
yeah, yeah.
You'd never
Yeah.
know.
No
but
doubt,
yeah.
no
Could-
doubt
could
you'll be on that, Deb.
In my spare time. Yeah, let us know in the
If you
comments.
chase down Junkie's
Who knows
brother,
where this car is?
if he's
Yeah.
still alive, they might know.
Yeah,
Put it
yeah.
right here, this car.
But yeah, other guys I've talked to don't know where it went.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know. But it'd
Yeah.
be good to get hold of it again.
Oh, it'd be great to find out, where some of the past cars are. I mean, God, we've had that many cars that we've built over the years, and we don't know where most of them are. They've just disappeared into oblivion.
Well,
so
you found out where my T model was.
yeah, we've found that. We've tracked that down, but can't buy it. It would seem so. It's just sitting there, rusting away and wilting away in someone's collection. Flat tyres, dust all over it. Yeah, just such a shame, but you never know, one day. Back in those early days, I mean, did you have, like, even though your parents weren't into it, were they supportive of what you were doing, or?
Mum was,
His mum.
Dad wasn't.
Mm.
He, I'd bring anything old home and he'd tell me to get it out the yard.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Granddad always wanted. Yeah.
Yeah,
His
he
dad always
wanted
wanted
me
him to play
sport
cricket.
and cricket,
You know, or
football,
whatever.
That's
but
civilised.
But
I didn't have any interest in
But
it.
Nana, when the boys would be down the garage working on the cars and that, she'd wander down and she'd,
Yeah,
what are you
help me
doing,
clean
Rod?
up
And what are
upstairs
you
or
up to
something,
now?
you
And
know.
she'd ask him
Yeah,
what he was doing.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, even though she, didn't really know what it was all about,
No,
she
no.
she had an interest in it because
Yeah.
you had an interest in it,
Yeah.
so, yeah. So we've talked about probably what your first car was. I mean, have you got, I suppose, a favourite car that you've had over the years, or one of your favourite builds or something that I suppose we can talk about a bit more?
What would you have
What-
back in a heartbeat?
Yeah, what car has been your favourite that you've ever owned or built?
Probably the 34 Chevy Coupe Ute.
Yep, yep.
And it
You know,
is for
we
sale.
looked
It's
at-
back here in Australia,
Yeah.
and it's for sale. But
There was a
Yeah.
cover car, some magazines, and
Yeah. Yeah.
in that real pro street era. What was it about? What year did you finish that? About 90?
No.
No,
89.
80 something.
89 probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that, and it went through a couple of different sort of lifestyles, didn't it? Like colours and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, well, I originally painted the Brock Formula Blue,
Mm,
and then I think it was Sebring Orange
Oh, yeah, yeah.
later.
Mm,
That's the colour it went to the America in.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, yeah, okay. And what would be if you could have any car in hot rodding? What would you have? Your dream car, basically.
Unlimited funds.
how am I going to break that?
You got to pick one.
Willie's coupe. No.
Yeah, and Willie's Gasser Coupe.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, and quite a common sort of choice for, you know, for a lot of people,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I suppose that's because they were so iconic, you know,
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in the day.
Yeah. Well, we used to buy hot rod magazines straight out of the newsagents with Stonewood's cooked gases in them, that were on the front cover, and K.S. Pittman and all those guys, you know.
Yeah.
They were running at the time,
Yeah.
you know, back then. Just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that's what
Yeah,
your
so when are you
dream
gonna build me
dream
one?
car would be. You had the opportunity to buy a project of one a couple of years ago, and you said no.
Is it still around?
No.
So that could lean on to the Handbrake Award.
And we will come to that, but I mean, you know, I suppose one for me, talking about, you know, cars that I remember throughout our childhood, you know, probably the 27T, you know, is one that
Yep.
really for me sticks in my mind, because, you know, that was probably part of my life from 5 years old to 9 years old or something like. Might have even been more than that. When did we sell it? 77, 78, I think, wasn't it?
No, I finished it in
So,
early 77
Yep.
and would have sold it in probably 80.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
Yes.
had it for a few years.
Yeah. And I mean, that was, you know, in the overall scheme of things, that was a really well-known car and
Oh, yeah.
well-awarded car,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
All the guys used to stir him up though, because it had a 4-cylinder in it, being what they referred to as a Pinto motor. They called him Rubber Band Man.
Oh, that's right,
'Cause it was
because
a
he had to
Pinto.
wind up the rubber. Yeah.
But it won Australia's top pickup.
Yeah, and that was at the 77 Nats in
Yeah.
Narrandera.
Yeah.
And then,
And then it won top pickup at Sydney, Newcastle, Brisbane, and places like Toowoomba showed when Toowoomba used to have a show, things like that. Yeah.
you said that earlier there's a photo in here that really interested me, and I mean, you know, talk about, you know, hardcore back in the day, 38 coupe towing the T model, and you were going to where?
Townsville Hot Rod Show.
So, you know, I suppose, put that in context, Deb and I just did a trip in our panel truck from Brisbane to Mackay. That's not as far as Townsville. The roads are shit now. I can only
It was a goat track.
imagine
Goat track.
what they were like
They
back
were
then.
windy and,
But yeah, so 38,
No.
38, was that a 38 Deluxe coupe, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
What did that have in it? A small block,
had
wasn't
a
it?
283 Chevy.
Yep, and a
and,
4-speed.
No, Power Glide.
Oh, Power Glide. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, aluminium Power Glide.
And that was my car.
Yeah, that was your daily drive, Mum.
Well,
And we put a hole in the front end in it.
Yeah.
Tommy
in a
Fulton
way,
did that.
oh sorry, in a way the T model was my daily driver. And I remember pulling into the supermarket at Bigger Waters there, and, you know, pulled in, and this old fella gets out and he says, "How does your husband let you drive that?"
how many times do we get that?
Well, you know, I sort of helped pay for it.
And you know, that probably leads us into a good topic that I was going to come to later anyway, but it's a good segue into it now, is that, I mean, you know, you were working 2 jobs, 3 jobs back in the day.
To finish the T model, it was, at that stage, it needed upholstery and paint and, you know, those final things that cost a lot of money. And was a lot of money to us back then. And I worked 7 nights a week for, I don't know how long it was, and I gave him the unopened pay packet. This is when you got money, actual money in
physical
a
cash.
packet.
Yeah.
And it sort of helped finish that.
Yeah,
But,
we always built the hot rods on a budget. You know?
Yeah. But you know, I think it's good, you know, in telling the younger generation and you know, older generation, whatever it may be. I just think, you know, maybe that's why it's been so strong in our genes and our lifestyles too, is because that I grew up in a household where it wasn't always, you know, the bloke, you know, going off doing the hot rodding and the wife not being part of it or hating it, you know.
There's a lot of things about things back in those days. You know.
Yeah. You know, and you know, full credit to you, Mum. You know, you were supportive of it back in the day too, and not only supportive, but you know, well, I suppose we can talk about it now. There was actually I mean, we look back on it now, I suppose we can have a somewhat a chuckle about it, but we probably need to, you know, we learnt a lot from it, and it's actually up on the wall here, and might get to Leah to focus in on that later on, but it's back in 1977, there was
Which was the T-model days.
Which was the T-model days, you know, this is the same year that they debuted the top pickup, and Mum had helped, you know, pay for it, supportive, all that sort of thing, and then to be awarded by some of the members of Rods Inc. back then the annual Handbrake Award.
So we'll just also point out that it was never awarded again.
Yeah, so you were either you were the best winner of it forever, or they copped so much shit over it they never did it again. But I mean, you know, without any of us having a rant about it, I mean, maybe just get your viewpoint on that and what you think we've all learnt from that.
Yeah, well, at the time it was upsetting, but as you say, you sort of learn by it. But it was in that year, was it that year that you won the Australia's top pickup? And it was, as you said earlier, how your father doesn't say much. He actually got up on stage to collect the award, and he stood there, shocked me, and he thanked his wife for backing him and being involved. And I think that is possibly where then that happened.
Yeah, right.
Because it was after that came around about the Christmas, I think, at the Rods Inc. Christmas thing, and they awarded it. I think they sort of thought, why is he sort of thanking his wife or whatever? But it was good to see, and it's good to see now that has come right through into hot rodding.
And it's not an award that you kept either. So we've obtained this one from someone's shed when they said, oh, hang on, we think we've got this thing that could be your mum. So it's not, you didn't.
I'd never seen it. I never...
Oh, you never physically saw it?
No. Well, they awarded it to me, and for some reason, I can't remember the actual night, but it must have been taken and put somewhere, and all of a sudden it's, you know, 45, 50 years later, it's resurfaced.
We didn't go out of our way to pick it up.
Yeah.
Yes, no. And it could do with a polish, Deb. Yeah.
We're
Anyway,
actually, it's a 34 Ford handbrake, so we're actually thinking that, you know, as a memento, maybe that'll go in Deb's 34 Roadster.
Oh, right, okay.
So every time I
Chrome it up.
But no, look, I think it is, you know, it's valuable to talk about some of those things of the past too, because, you know, as hot rodding blokes, you know, sometimes it's too often forgotten, the support that we get behind the scenes, and you know, I've spoken a fair bit about that.
It's just the way times were back then. It was, you're just coming out of that man.
Oh, it was definitely a man's sport. All the women back then, we were wives, and we
provided the food.
We provided the food, we brought up the children, and I've got to say, I sold an awful lot of tickets for Rods Incorporated, and then was thanked with that. So, but it was around that time too, I'd bought the 38 coupe, and I think that all probably married into it.
And because you were an early member of the ASRF as well.
Well, in order to have the coupe, I had to be a member of the Australian, back in those days it was called the Australian Hot Rod Federation, and they had to change it down the track. And I was the second woman in Australia
Nice.
to be a member, a female member of the sport. And then I tried to join Rods Incorporated and they wouldn't have me. No, you can sell the raffle tickets, you're a female, you're not coming into Rods Incorporated, because Rodney was a member. And so I looked around for another club, and we lived on the Gold Coast at the time, and I went to the Gold Coast City Roadsters. And Leon Burse at the time was the president. Yeah, so they accepted me, and I think me then, you know, driving the 38 coupe and being, and to do that, I became the first female member in Queensland to be a member of a hot rod club, because none of the clubs would take women back then, but they did.
Well, it's only in recent years that there's some clubs in Australia that have only just started to accept
Yeah,
women.
and
I think it's mainly because their daughters are now coming through and getting hot rods.
this is right.
So,
And I think a lot of those girls and women didn't understand what it was like back then. And I fairly recently gave a bit of a talk on that at a Rods Incorporated big event. And I had so many women from Rods Inc. that were there at that and listened to me, didn't know. And the amount of them that came up to me after that during the night, oh, thank you, Jillanne. Oh, how wonderful. Oh, I'm glad. And one of them, Phil's wife, oh, yes, we were just there bringing up the kids. And I said, yes, you know, and this is it. So, no, it's great. But I did say, when I said that, you girls are so lucky, but I'm proud of all of you for really getting in there and going through and building with the sport.
Yeah.
and it's, you know,
Not just being a ticket seller and a
that's
mum.
the thing. There's a huge amount of women involved in the sport these days, you
great.
know, and it's great. So, yeah. So I mean, you know, those early days, you know, of the 38 coupe, you know, like there's one memory I have. I think I was about 8 years old, laying across the back seat of the 38 coupe on our way to the hospital or the doctor's surgery.
Oh, yeah.
I'd cut my back open
Yep.
at my mate's place
Yep.
after the last day of school.
Yeah, and I had you laying in there,
Ended up
and,
getting like 10 stitches in my back or something, and
your mate was sitting in the back holding the wound
Yeah.
together with a
I
towel.
remember the sound of the small lock chair while Mum's screaming at people to get out of the way,
Screaming through the
Screaming
streets of
through
the
the
Gold
streets
Coast
of Labrador, and
with a you wouldn't do it now, but with a white rag out
You know,
the,
flagging people out the window.
You know, but that was what you could do in those
Yeah.
days. I mean, there was no other one. Didn't have a phone. Didn't even have a house phone.
No.
I was probably working.
Yeah, you were at work.
Because it was like, I remember it was like the last day of school, and it was after breakup, and I'd gone around to Russell's place, and we were playing silly buggers, and I slipped over on the
Oh,
floor
no.
and fell down on a
Really?
toy truck or something,
Yeah.
and
That's right.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, that's bad. And then, I think Russell's mum rang you, or Russell might have got on
I
his
can't
bike and
remember.
raced around. Anyway, I just remember, you know, the times of being in a hot rod, those snippets that you remember, and
Yeah.
that's certainly one of them. You know? There's other, you know, things like in the T model, you know, you look at how the rules we've got to comply with today of seat belts and all that sort of stuff. I mean, was it carburetor before the car was even upholstered?
Yeah.
I sat in the pickup tub from the Gold Coast to Carburetor in northern New South Wales.
Which is a
I
long
had
way
Megan
My-
between my legs.
My sister
on the
was
floor,
under the Megan was under the
On
dash.
the floor,
Yeah.
under the dash.
and we had the esky and all that stuff and the tent and everything packed around you in
Yeah,
the pickup.
Yeah.
So it was
Never hold
just
it.
be,
so it was
Yeah,
safe.
exactly.
I was held in.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you weren't strapped in. But, you know,
I'm very stupid enough to stand up.
but we didn't even have upholstery though.
No.
No top, no nothing. It was
No.
It was really hot.
That no top was a theme for you back then. It seems a lot of those photos you haven't got a
Yeah.
shirt on.
What's the
Yeah,
deal?
no.
well, he had
you
something to show then.
But you never wore a shirt back then.
No.
Yeah.
The hotter the better.
One of the photos that'll appear in the videos, yeah. You know, because you how old would you have been then? 20, No, 20.
Who, me or him?
You.
No,
You,
Dad,
okay.
29, something like that.
You can do the
At
math. and work it
Cabarita,
out.
yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah.
Yeah, you're holding a big trophy, which was like 2 mag wheels and a
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, still
thing
got
between
it.
them. Still got that. That was like a coffee
Yeah,
table
It's a
or
coffee
an
table. We've
occasional
pulled it
table.
apart now, and
Yeah.
I've just kept the
The glass.
etched
The
glass.
edged glass
yeah.
off the top. Yeah,
But
so,
it was all rust too. Real dust collector.
yeah,
I got, I've got mineral trophies.
yeah.
No, the trophies are there, but they're,
I mean, just on, talking about, say, Cabarita, I mean, what, back in those days, like, is there, or throughout the time, is there a favourite event you guys have had, or memories of runs that you sort of wish were still around, or were your favourite at the time?
Cabarita we used to do every year, I think.
yeah.
Mm.
Because that was a camp out. See, they did a lot of camp outs back then. Right?
Yeah, and it was on the lake. You could swim,
Yeah.
Yeah.
canoeing,
remember that.
sailing.
Trampolines were there.
Yeah,
And,
everything. It was great for you kids at the time.
Mm. There was a water
You'd be
ski
out of
park
our
or
way.
something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we could.
What about Bella?
Yeah, Bella, but
later on.
We went
Bella.
to the earlier one, which was actually before it went to Valor. It was at Port Macquarie.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we started going to Coffs Harbour.
Coffs
was
Harbour.
Before Port Macquarie.
Oh, was it? Oh, there you go.
We got flooded out. Remember?
Oh,
74 flood.
yes.
I was telling them last night.
Yeah, we're in the 37 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that so that we got
37 too.
what flooded in Coffs Harbour or on the
No,
trip
we
or something?
didn't get there on the trip. We had to go around because you couldn't go through Moolumbar because the
Turn off
river
at
was up.
Pottsville and
Yep.
go that way.
Turned off Kingscliff Pottsville Road. We got right through Pottsville over to the highway,
Nearly to the highway.
nearly to the highway, and the creek come up
Yeah.
just before the highway. So we thought we'll sit there that night and wait for that creek to go down. But it didn't go down, but the creek behind us come up.
So with a
It was more than a creek.
We were on,
4-year-old and a
we
1-year-old?
were on an island.
With a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old?
No, we had Ralph and Linda with us.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, Rodney's mum and dad were looking after the kids.
Nice.
Megan was still in nappies.
So the next morning, we had to turn the cars around on this strip of bitumen we high enough out of the water, turn the cars around there and push them back through the water with the doors open on the 37 with the water rushing through.
Oh,
And it
really?
was-
Yeah.
And it was really hard to push because the guards would hold the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
And,
flowing, so we opened the door so it flowed through. It made it easier to.
Yeah. And it was all cane fields and
If
everything.
it's flooded, forget it, people.
Yeah,
It was all cane fields and so forth, and all the water.
I think
You
it
couldn't
was.
see the road or anything like that. And
No, it was about
somebody
18
had
inches
something,
deep.
Yeah.
go under their foot.
Yeah, he reckoned
Who
it
was
was a
that?
big python
Would have been a python from in the cane
in the
fields.
cane
Yeah.
fields, yeah. Something slippy under his feet.
So who was with you there? Greg Thompson? Was Greg Thompson?
Tom Fulton, Les Winter, and a couple of other guys that have dropped out of riding now.
So they're 3 names that
Yeah.
are still
Still
in hot
doing
rodding
hot rodding,
actively
yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd remember it.
Yeah, wild trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously Coffs Harbour, and then for years,
course, yeah.
we went to Valor for God knows how many years, I suppose, on and off, and
Yeah.
He was pretty upset when he missed the first one.
No, I didn't miss
What
it.
year
We
was the
didn't
first
miss
one?
No, when you
Oh.
missed the first Valor,
My
that you
first
couldn't
Valor.
go
the first one that
because
you ever missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did
What
the
was it,
first
because-
15.
Yeah.
somebody was having a baby. Was it Taylor?
Yes.
I think it would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Megan
Megan
was
was
having
having Taylor, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, our daughter
Yeah.
was having.
Yeah.
So it's her
baby.
fault.
So
Yeah, it's all Taylor's
he wasn't
fault.
allowed to go.
Mm.
We still went. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that was all good.
But yeah, so those early runs back in the day, and what are some of your, like, was there some fond memories or funny stories from any of those early runs? You know, like Tommy Fulton, as he
Dancing
was
with-
known back then, Piggy Fulton. You know.
He was dancing with I think it was a broomstick with a pig's head on it. And he was dancing around the floor.
And is that how he got the name, Piggy?
No, he had it before that, I think. But because of that name,
Yeah.
he stuck his pig's head on the broom and dancing around with it.
I don't think we'll recreate.
And
We heard another story about him last night, but we won't put that one on camera.
Then there was, we had a guy, Marshy, I forget his first name, but they used to call him Reverend Marsh.
Mm.
So he got up and did a sermon, early morning sermon
Mm.
This is
with
at
all
Bella.
his disciples.
Oh,
they
this was
all-
it. This at Balla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all his disciples
With the swimming
come in
pool
all-
and everything.
And he said, "Now I will walk across water." And we go, "What?" And what they had rigged up, they'd put a plank
Just
under the water in the pool outside, and all the people in the hall looked out, and here's all these 12 disciples walking across the pool.
Yeah. Just
you know. Yeah.
shit that they used to come up with. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's another, and there's a photo in there. I think it might have even been from Valor or something. And they need to. Some of the clubs need to bring shit like this back. I reckon. You know, the sandcastle building competition, and everyone. You know, there's 100-odd people on the beach building sandcastles of hot rods in the sand and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
We did that up at Majimba Beach.
Majimba Beach.
There was
that
a camp
another
out
Rod
up
that
there.
run
mm.
And there's a photo somewhere of me. I'd built the T model in the sand. Was virtually life size, because then I sat in my bikini. Here I am sitting in this sand T model I'd made. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
wild. That.
Yeah. Well, that's right. Didn't we do that in the Zephyr, and
Oh.
the Stretch and Tommy were in my Zephyr, and Tommy's got a branch in front of him, and we all said, "What are you doing, Piggy?" You know, Zephyr hiding behind this branch. He said, "I'm hiding from Eddie. I'm hiding from Eddie."
hiding from his wife.
And that's the time he nearly fell in the bonfire.
Oh, that's
That's right, he did the streak. He was streaking around the bonfire. Oh, that was the days of the streak.
Yeah.
And he was doing a big streak in front of the girls in the bonfire. And he nearly went backwards. The girls had to grab him. I don't know what they grabbed. You know. Oh, that's some of the things.
Ah, yes. So, some fun times were had by all back in the day, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I suppose, you know, we can talk for ages about, you know, and I don't know how much content we need to do with those early days, but it's just, I suppose, getting a bit of insight from you guys about, you know, your early memories of hot rodding and the sorts of things you used to
I
do.
find
And
it's definitely changed from back then to now at Valor. You know, like we used to party till 3 o'clock in the morning, and now you walk around Valor at 12 o'clock and can't find a party.
Mm.
You know? So,
I mean, is there things in particular you think have changed that, or is it just
We got soft. I mean,
society got soft? Yeah.
yeah.
rules have changed.
There's rules.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose, now, like, there's curfews that, you know, you get security guards at 10 o'clock at night
yeah.
coming around the
Well-
caravan park telling you to keep the noise down.
Yeah,
and-
well, I think the first Valor, first Tommy and his missus and all the Doug Miles and Greg Thompson and all them.
They never had kids.
Yeah, we didn't
There was
have
only a
kids,
few of us.
you know, there, because it was the first one, everyone was finding out. And they'd shut the music down, I think, and we were looking for a party, all of us. So we went to the laundry
No.
with the big tumblers, threw all our empty cans in and started the tumbler up. Just clang, clang, clang.
I
And
wasn't
we were partying to
involved.
that. Evie was in on it. Oh, that's right.
You were drying your clothes the next day. He's really sorry.
Yeah. We were like,
Why do my clothes smell like beer? Mm.
But that oh, yeah.
the thing like Tommy's wife, never been into a man's toilet. She wanted to try the trough.
Rodney, don't say things
You
like
can
that.
cut that out. But I'm just saying. It's just so
You've got to be
funny.
a bit careful.
Yeah, I know, but she wouldn't mind Evie.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. I mean, and just I know times have changed and people have changed and hot rodding's changed. Is there things that you think, and this is to both of you, is there things that you think could come back or ways to try and keep hot rodding strong, in your, and this is just opinions, it's no right or wrong.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
Drive your car.
Everything's changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much has changed, how we look after our kids and how much involved we are.
Yeah,
And,
like back
we
then,
used
we'd
to
put
leave
our
our
kids-
kids.
We'd put our kids to bed and go and party. Now
But
they
of
go
course,
and
be all
sleep,
checking.
go to bed with their kids.
Yeah.
And
Right.
all the kids are included in
Sorry,
the party
Max,
and
we
the
didn't do
dance
that.
floor and all that sort of thing, which
Yeah.
runs it for
And at
everybody.
Valor, too many kids on the dance floor. I walk out.
Yeah. And it still happens
Yeah.
today.
Well, it
And-
never happened back then.
No, you had the
Yous
kids
were in
club,
the
They had a
platypus
kids club, yeah.
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 And,
which they were bringing back this year. They had movies in one of the other rooms for the kids.
It's just about educating the parents to get back
Yeah.
to allowing that to happen.
That's not.
But look, we're not here to preach
No,
to
no.
parents
Yeah.
and
Just the
but
way.
yeah, I mean, Deb, as you just said, Deb, drive your stuff,
car.
drive your shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and I think
drive it.
that's-
Drive it.
Yeah,
Always
when
drive.
I won,
Get out there and enjoy it.
I won a top 10 at Valor for my
Oh, here we
latest
go.
hot rod. No, but just all the young ones, I was the only one out of the top 10 that drove my car there.
Yeah.
And he'd driven a long way.
Yeah, that's right.
And he,
Ooh.
and
That
he
never
was
used
old.
to happen back when we were.
Well, that's the thing. Every second person has got a
And
car
we had
trailer
kids.
now, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a trailer with all camping gear.
yeah.
We started out like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But even now, we find we're getting back to it more now. Driving our stuff everywhere.
Can I just, sorry,
Go on.
can I just take you back to something which a couple of people might be interested in, is the registration in Queensland. That way back when I tried to register the T-model back in the 70s, I tried all sorts of things to register it legally because they were all illegally registered back then.
Was that was because they were modified?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you'd go into the registration department and they'd just check, the girls would come out and look at it and go, oh yeah, check the numbers, and it was done. But I tried to do it properly in the first place, so I went to all these places. Anyway, so I ended up doing it just, the illegal way like everybody else. But Rodney can then tell you what happened for us to then get it happening in Queensland and what we have now. So you can tell them that.
Yeah. A lot of the older guys were around then. We met Russ Innes at the 100th anniversary of Advancetown down in the Gold Coast. And
For those who don't know, Russ Hings was a member of Queensland State Parliament,
Yes.
Transport
Minister.
Minister for Transport, Racing,
Yeah.
Minister of everything.
Yeah.
and we showed him a few of the cars we had there, and he was great. He accepted them. He said to his secretary right there, he said, arrange a meeting next Monday at such and such time. We'll get it rolling from there, and he did. He was great.
And that's where the
Politician that did what they said they were going to do.
Yeah.
Was it?
so
Yeah.
that's where, you know, and then I suppose the TAC and
Yeah, they got the TAC together. John Gearon, George Higgins, I think. Yeah, a lot of them were all involved. Graham Patterson, you
Mhm.
know, all those guys. They were all involved, and then it just evolved from there. And
so that's
Yeah.
sort of
So
how
that's the
you
start of our rego
Queensland
system. that we
rego
have,
system,
you know.
Yeah.
which I think is good.
yeah,
And look, you know, I talk about that quite often, you know, because we have a really good relationship with TAC in
Yeah.
Queensland
yeah,
as a business, and you know, because of those sorts of stories, and I knew the background of you'd told me about all that. That's why I'm so passionate about it, and people not destroying what we've got, because you know it's our previous generations that worked long and hard
oh shit, yeah.
to get us what we've got now. So you know, don't tear down something that we've got that's so good.
No,
you know?
they worked bloody hard to get it, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, because there was a lot of guys, or hierarchy in the transport department that didn't want it,
Yeah.
you know. Luckily, you know, we fought for it. It took a few years, but we got there.
And you know, I mean, back then was it full registration, or was it like
No.
it was only a limited registration?
Like LH9, that was it.
And,
Then
and
limited.
I think they brought the full rego in later, haven't
yeah,
they?
and that's the thing. You know, we've now got a full,
Choices.
We've got
Which we
LH10, which is a full
which were they-
registration scheme.
I thought then, when we got limited rego, thought, no way we'll get full rego because they talked about it.
Mm.
They were adamant, no, you can't have these on the road full time and
Yeah.
all that. But they've come,
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Yeah, you're right, Mum. It's definitely worth talking about that and coming back to that, because it's led us to what we've got now. But yeah, I mean, the future of, you know, hot rodding for us, you know, well, we obviously hope it stays strong. You know, with
Well, just from that time, rodding has just boomed. You know, from the time we started rego, you could see it picking up. And then when full rego come in, which a lot of guys wanted anyway,
Mm.
you know, so they could drive their cars anytime they wanted. It really boomed since then. That's what I was saying, you know, and you noticed it too, you know, well,
Mm.
being in the trade, you know how well it is.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I think you know, to get back onto that, you know, driving your cars type situation, you know, I don't know how you change that and get people to drive their cars everywhere, but you know, maybe there needs to be more focus and more encouragement on,
Yeah,
you know, maybe
might see it
maybe
on-
some of these hot rod runs need to start thinking about their top 10 being top 5 trailered and top 5 driven.
Ooh.
Yes, I was going to
Well-
say.
But then how do you prove it?
Well,
Because I
you-
remember the days where guys would park their trailer in at Nambucca Heads and
Yeah.
then drive their
Oh,
car and
yeah.
hide
Oh,
it in
so-
there, and then they'd drive their
Yeah.
car from Nambucca to Valor and say that they
Absolutely.
drove it. You know,
Yeah.
so it's,
The
Absolutely.
drivers.
I think maybe we need to get away from there being.
Trailers serve a
Trophies,
purpose.
you
Well,
know?
yeah, just drive your shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, like when we went to Narandera, you know, and we've been there a couple of times with a couple of different cars. There's one trophy for hot rod, you know, so most people assume they're probably not going to get a trophy. So,
They still go.
but
Yeah.
the amount of people that drive their cars to that run
Yeah.
versus trailer them is huge. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely drive them.
Yeah, that's probably
We s-
the way, rather than top 10, just have, yeah, like you say, one for top hot rod, street machine,
Yeah.
whatever.
Longest distance, you know,
Yeah.
start to bring
Yeah.
that back.
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
know,
they used to, yeah. And of course, they still do a hard luck.
Some runs do,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
yeah.
but you know, and, yeah, towing your camper with your hot rod. You know, Mason's building his car that's going to be like effectively an 8-second street car, but still have a tow bar on it to be able to tow their camper van to Yamba and stuff like that, and trailers to drag and drive events. And
Yep.
so yeah, let's get out and drive them.
Oh, we used to tow a pop-top caravan.
Yeah. Well, we started out with a box trailer.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All the
Tents and
camping gear.
then
Yep,
campers and-
loaded up.
You're lucky you didn't get put in the box trailer.
Yeah. Lucky we had a coop then.
Quick question: where were the hot rodding inspirations coming from? Other people or magazines?
Me,
Yeah, back when we started, like,
when I started.
you know,
What was that? I think,
and what
The ma-
magazines?
hey,
And what magazines, if they were?
well, when I was, I can't, I reckon up until we were married, there was hardly a hot rod magazine.
Yeah.
You know, you might get the odd one that come out, and then they disappear. But mainly the mate's brother-in-law, and we used to hang out at the, like all the picture theatres, and go to Teen City over at Red Hill, and they were more rocker themed, you know, and hot rods and hot cars and everything could turn up to them, and that's before I got a licence, and
So
you'd
just
see all
taking
them.
inspiration from
Each
bits and
other.
pieces from other cars.
Yeah, it started seeing hot, well, there was hot FJs everywhere back then,
Of course it was.
you know.
Sort of from start to finish, if we can, of hot rods / hollowed up cars. You know,
Me,
like what have you had? You know, like,
no, the 37, the
37.
customised 37.
yeah.
Then,
Zephyr.
oh, no, before the customised 37 was an FC Holden. But that only lasted for a year. I think I smashed it and Dad told me to sell it. And then I bought, I think that 37 cost me 40 quid. Something like that. 40, which was 40.
A quid is a dollar. Pound.
So that'd be
Yeah,
80.
a pound.
Yeah, that'd be $80 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't earn that much a week, so
No. And then what? Oh, and that's
Zephyr?
right. I traded that for the Zephyr. Potted that up, went drag racing, and that, and then me and a couple of mates built the Executioner drag car. We had that together. Then after the Zephyr, I got married, and had a Datsun 1600. And then we traded that, we sold that and got a green 37 coupe from the Gold Coast. It had metal flake green with Amos mags on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's the one your sister used to call Koopy.
Oh right.
yeah.
Yeah.
She was only very little.
We travelled to like, I remember travelling in that to like Hot Rod Nationals or
Yep.
down south somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
all through Sydney, there, Hot Rod National.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we stopped in Sydney. Yeah.
And
So
and-
then,
oh, that's right. We sold that down in 75 Nationals. Then on our way home, we picked the Pinto or the Cortina motor up at Port Macquarie Wreckers.
that's right.
Pulled all the gear out of the trailer. Don't you remember?
I don't remember that, but go
We
on.
put the motor and gearbox in the bottom of the trailer and all the camping gear on top and drove home, and then started building the T model pickup.
And
Um,
we sold,
So, yeah, we'd sold the 37 at the Nationals
Yeah.
who were coming home from,
yeah,
yeah, and they were going to pick it up later.
yeah.
And then after that, we bought that 38 coupe
Yeah.
just before the T model was finished. And Yeah, and the T model did well.
What was your next one? Your next one after that would have then, you had a bit of a break then,
Yeah.
and then it was the Coupe Ute, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
the
Yeah.
Coupe Ute,
And the
the
Coupe
Chevy
Ute,
Coupe
yeah.
Ute.
And then the Roadster, Confederate Miss.
32
Yeah,
Chev.
32 Chev Roadster.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, you had your.
we had
Oh
your
yeah, well, that was before
36 Chev Roadster.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's
With
I saw
Chevy
that
motors.
recently.
Mm.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I reckon it's the same car, but the guy's got murals on the front guards and stuff.
Oh.
It's up in Northern Districts,
It's a
up the north
beautiful, it's a
side, up
beautiful
around
car to
Redcliffe.
drive.
But I think it's got a blower on it now.
Oh.
It looks sort of like the same car, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Had that. I finished the Coupe Ute. No. Yeah, I finished the Coupe Ute. Had that for something like 13,
Yeah.
14 years.
But tizzied it up before we sold it
Yeah.
Mm.
And
and finished the Roadster.
32 Chev Roadster.
yeah, 32 Chev Roadster. That's right. Finished that. And then
And then when that was sold, you built the one
Yeah,
you're
The
in
Tudor.
now.
yeah, I built the 34 Chev Tudor. With the
Because-
Y block.
For us, our whole life, it's always been, it started out with the first hot rod.
Yeah.
That gets sold, that money goes into the next one.
Us too.
When that's
Yeah.
sold, goes
Yeah.
into the next
Yeah.
one. We never really, and the only time we ever had two was when we bought the 38, which was mine.
Yeah.
And,
Or it's a
um,
changeover. You've got this
Yeah.
one until that one's finished, and then
Yeah.
when that's
Yeah.
finished, you sell that
Yeah.
one, and it keeps evolving.
Yeah.
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 So,
You've done the same for a while.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think the only time that sort of, we had a spanner in the works there was we couldn't sell the T model at the time, but there was a guy that owned a swimming pool company and he wanted the T model. We
You
said, well,
kids wanted a pearl.
new kids wanted a pool. And but we got cash, a little bit of, cash
You
in
can't
those
drag race
days.
a pool.
And then that went into,
And I
the
think I
building
sold the
up
T
the
model
next.
for $5,000.
And a side note, the guy that owned the pool shop, Leah's grandfather went and looked at the car with him because it was his boss.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rod Brewer's bought, that was his boss that bought the car.
Oh,
It was
oh,
Rod
okay.
Brewer's boss. Yeah. So
Oh,
there's a
shit.
connection that, yeah, we didn't know
No.
until recently. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think Rod, or you were telling me once Rod had told you. So,
Ah,
because
Yeah.
Rod Brewer said he always wanted that car. He's told me that a few times over the years, and then now it makes sense why that connection.
yeah.
Because it
He
was,
was 16 when he was an apprentice.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's about what we've had.
Plus the school bus.
oh, there was the bus, yeah.
Yeah, the Hot Rod High school bus.
That was
which
really before
a-
anyone had done buses in Australia. There's a few
Yeah.
around now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a 62 Bedford school bus.
Yep.
Wasn't it?
Mm.
Seated 20. No. Well, you should know,
It
you
was
sat
the,
in it.
It was the Hopelands run.
It was the Hopeland school bus from out near Chinchilla.
Yeah.
It was
I
only
know,
a
it's on
short
a
bus,
bus.
but it seated like 30 kids
Yeah, it had like long bench seats down the
Yeah.
side.
lengthways in the bus. So when the bus driver put his foot hard on the brake, all the kids are smack into the windscreen.
Slide forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a full rebuild though, because when you stepped inside, it was a hardwood floor, all that
Tongue and
weight,
groove hardwood.
tongue and groove
floor.
hardwood, and it was only 5 foot, because it was only for kids.
Yeah.
Deb
That's
used
right, you had to raise the
Deb
roof.
would go to school on it. But, yeah, so we
Had to
had to
raise
raise
the
the
roof
roof, so
12
they
inches.
had to, you and Ralph did it in our garage, and they put about a foot or so
Yeah, foot.
right through the middle, cut it, gave it a chop top to start with, and then raised it in the middle.
We did an untop.
Unchop.
Untop.
and then
reverse
build it
chop.
from there, and then put the V8 in it and everything else.
Put a 308
Mm.
Holden motor and
Built for
turbo
gas.
400 built for gas. Yeah,
Back in the
good.
day that you could get gas.
Back in the
Yeah.
day when gas was cheap.
And you still get it. You can't get it now.
No. They
Yeah,
did
that was
petrol
good. We
as
used
well,
to tow
but-
the hot rod with it. So
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
There goes those trailers again.
Yeah, but at least you were towing it with something cool.
Yeah,
That's kind of like us. We don't feel as guilty towing our
No,
hot rod
not
now, at
now.
least if we're towing it behind the panel truck.
What you should do, I reckon, is put a big mural with a 34 on the side.
Of the
So
trailer.
you can see what's in it.
Oh, the
Yeah.
trailer, yeah,
Yeah.
Like it's
right.
been cut
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
Well, you can get a what do they call it? A wrap.
Hmm.
You know, your 34 and go
They're not cheap.
each side.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, have
Everyone
it-
knows what's in there.
I'm gonna
Have
have
it the
a
shape
caravan.
of like a window, a caravan window, that the curtains are open
Yep.
and you can see the part of the car inside.
Yeah,
Yeah, I reckon we should do a wrap with a 34 on the
yeah,
side.
yeah.
Maybe.
We'll see.
And then if they put the executioner in it, they won't know what's in it.
Mm. Yeah, well, that's worth mentioning too. You sort of glossed over it quickly there, but racing the executioner, for those people that know me and Mason and the car we race, the executioner, that's where the name came from, because it's we were thinking, what name can we put on the race car as we were building that, and then it was sort of right under our nose because
Yeah.
you used to run the executioner back in, what year was that? About 68, 69? No?
Yeah.
I was
Earlier,
pregnant
you
with
reckon?
you at the time,
Oh, it must-
Oh, yeah, so 69. I was born
jumping
in
you up
70.
and down on the
Mm.
on the guardrails.
Yeah,
So any wonder it's in your blood.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Hot grey motor.
Yeah.
Hence one of my first cars, hot grey motor in
Yeah.
an FJ.
Really good.
It was
Um,
an FJ.
Yeah.
You didn't say it was an FJ.
FJ Holden, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And,
Which I'd love again.
Wasn't the executioner an FX?
Yeah.
oh,
an
yeah,
FX.
technically an FX, but yeah.
Yeah. FJ.
And both of your mates, Greg and Ray
Ray.
Brampton,
Brampton.
yeah, are still around. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Greg Cope, he's got an FX with
Yeah.
a red motor in.
Well, he built the motor for my hot grey motor back in 1990, whenever that was, 1988,
Yeah.
somewhere around there, 89.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And Ray flies planes.
Yeah, Ray called into the shop not long ago with Greg,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's good to catch
Yeah.
up with him.